We begin our coverage in southern Somalia, where the situation is extremely dire. Conditions are so bad that the United Nations has now declared a famine in 2 areas of the country amid the worst drought to hit the country in more than 50 years. United Nations officials say famine exists in the Bakul and Lower Shabelle regions. United States Secretary of State Hillary Clinton says the U.S. will provide an additional $28 million in aid to the more than $431 million in food and non-food emergency aid assistance. Mark Bowden, UN humanitarian coordinator for Somalia, says the situation is bleak.
More specifically, the analysis that has been undertaken confirms that a state of famine exists in parts of Bakol and Lower Shabelle regions of southern Somalia. The rest of southern Somalia is close to famine conditions, and it is likely that conditions will deteriorate further in the next month.
The UN Refugee Agency says it needs more security assurances from Somali insurgents in order to provide the massive level of aid needed in the country. Militant group Al-Shabaab says it welcomes the return of relief organizations after barring them from its strongholds in central and South Somalia more than 1 year ago. Now, thousands of Somali refugees are pouring into Kenya's Dadaab refugee camps every day, fleeing hardships at home. But they face many new challenges at the overstretched Dadaab facility. VOA's East Africa correspondent Gabe Joselow reports.
Hundreds of refugees arrive at the Dagaheli camp in Kenya on this morning after fleeing their homes in Somalia to escape drought and violence. Many of them arrive hungry after days of walking to the border. Malnutrition is a major problem for young children. Among the new arrivals registering for assistance is 22-year-old Dahabo Salat and her 2 children. They made the trip to Dadaab from central Somalia after all of their livestock died.
I expect to be given a food ration. People here are given food. We could not buy food. We were pastoralists. We could not survive off of the animals.
Salat's story is not unusual. Many families arrive here with nothing. International organizations and local donors give supplies and food to the new arrivals, but the sheer number of people is pushing the camps past capacity. Roger Naylor, a field officer for the UN Refugee Agency, has seen numbers surge here in recent weeks.
Across the 3 camps, we're receiving over 1,200 new arrivals a day, and that's a pretty constant average for the last couple of weeks. The 3 camps, Ifo, Dagahali and Hagadera, were built to house 30,000 people each. Each of the camps is around 4 times bigger than that.
Some residents have been in the camps for 20 years, and generations have been born here. They do their best to welcome the new arrivals. Shamsuddin has been living at the camp since he fled civil war in Somalia in 1992. Like many other longtime camp residents, he says the situation now is much worse.
In 1992, there was a clan rivalry. There was no peace, but people had wealth, and they were well off. But now there is infighting going on and drought. Those problems combined make it worse.
Space is running out inside the main camps. More than 70,000 people are now living on the outskirts, out of the reach of many aid agencies. As new arrivals, they are often the worst off. Abukar Mukhtar arrived here in June.
In every village where we were, I don't know their names, but a place called Shaba, Dobli, Liboy, Kuldi, in every village, we would beg people to help us. That's how we managed to arrive here.
Like many people on the outskirts, Mukhtar has not had a chance to register with the camp, so he is denied access to a twice-a-month food ration given to other refugees.
I thought I would get a registration card easily. People who got their cards, their life isn't that bad. But we don't have a card. No one knows you. There's so many Somalis here.
With no early end in sight for the drought or the political turmoil in Somalia, many others could soon find themselves in the same situation. Gabe Joselow, VOA News, Dadaab.